David Tennant's here, right? Catherine Tate's going to be joining him soon. What's happened? Have you had an argument?
We don't sleep together.
You don't? I was hoping for some sort of... We could at least pretend there was some kind of showbiz exclusive on the show.
No, we arrive separately.
What's the story with the little kids outside? What have you got going on?
They're not kids. It's grown-up people.
Why haven't you brought them in? These are your fans. You've changed. A year ago, you would have said, look, OC, I'm a man of the people, I'm a doctor of the people, can I come in? You were like, are those doors locked when you came in this one? There's freaks out there.
Stop it. These are very lovely people.
It's really cold out there.
It's a lovely morning.
Are they actual fans, or are they the old weird sort of autograph hunters that go around everywhere just collecting autographs?
I'm not sure.
Well, listen, thank you very much for coming in this morning. I know you were doing Jonathan Ross's TV show last night.
Yes, indeed.
So you're on that tonight. Who else is on with you?
John Hurt.
And what order was Hurty on before you?
Hurt is the middle guest.
And you're at the end?
And we're at the end, yeah.
See, that's when you've made it, when you're the last person on.
Well, we were debating this. Do you think that...
It's the Jim Carrey spot. When he had Jim Carrey on that time, Jim was last on, Chris Tarrant was on first, then Jim Carrey.
Right.
So you are head of the bill.
Well...
Elephant Man's your warm-up.
Well, Nigel Marvin's the first guest on. He's got some freaky animals and stuff. I did get to hold a snake.
No, that's quite nice.
Yeah, really big.
And isn't it Radiohead playing
and Radiohead playing.
Oh, that was amazing.
Terrific. That was really exciting.
So listen, Doctor, right, we'll talk some more when Catherine's in as well, but first of all, it is such a big deal that Doctor's back on our screens tomorrow. You must be really excited.
Yeah, come on.
It must be nice going about after months and months and months. You seem to be permanently working on it.
I know. It's just nice that people get to see it. I'm really excited about it. I'm really proud of it.
Will you be watching it at 6:20 tomorrow night? What will you be doing?
I think
lubed up and sat in front of yourself on the TV?
Sure. Yeah. Just several screens all around the room.
So will you be watching it, or...?
I think a group of us might get together, yeah.
Didn't get the invite. When that red light's up, David, that means we're live to Nation. Do I pop up in the middle of Doctor Who saying it's 7:15?
I knew that. You didn't have your headphones on.
Right,
I'm taking my lead from you, Christian.
Yeah, okay. Catherine Tate is also joined us now as well. Thank you very much for coming in this morning.
Thank you for asking me.
That's quite all right. You're very polite, aren't you?
Yeah.
She is very
Did you actually ask us, though, or was it just,
I was told to be here.
I was just told you were coming. I mean, I'm not going to argue. There's groupies outside the station for the first... Since the last time you were here. Do you remember when you were here, did our Christmas panto?
That's right, yeah.
There were all those little groupies out there as well. I wish you could have heard the last 4 minutes of conversation, because the pair of these two...
Oh, no.
Stop it, Christian.
No, don't lie to
Christian.
Listen, I'm not going to say lovies, but they were like, were we good last night? Oh, my God. Right, I'm going to watch it tonight, right? And I guarantee, we'll all be watching Jonathan Ross tonight anyway, right? I guarantee you'll be brilliant on that. But the last couple of minutes, they were like, I'm not sure.
We were doing the autopsy, weren't we?
Yeah.
See,
you have to.
You performing? Well, you're a proper comedy performer anyway. David's kind of like your straight man. Did he let you down?
I just sat there. I just let her go. I just,
He didn't start chatting about his craft, did he? And how hard it is working in Cardiff for 9 months of the year. Trying to impress John Hurt out the back.
No, he was brilliant.
See, you'll be fine tonight.
A bit.
So, tomorrow night, the whole country this week has been counting down to it. It's appointment TV, and you don't get a lot of big-ticket TV shows like this anymore. It's back to Morecambe and Wise, where mum and dad and the kids, auntie and uncles, nans and grannas could all watch one TV show together. We're talking about 6:20 tomorrow night, BBC One. We'll all be watching it. Doctor Who.
Yeah, come on.
It must be so exciting for the pair of you to be part of this big TV event. There's not a nasty reality show that doesn't take away anything when you're watching it. It's proper sort of old-fashioned feel-good TV that's well-made, it's intelligent, it doesn't patronise its audience. I couldn't be a bigger fan.
I'm glad to hear that.
No, Doctor Who is great TV. It's eventually what the BBC does best. So, you'll say you're going to be watching it, David?
Yeah.
At home, you got chums coming round?
I might, a little gang of us might get together and watch that.
Catherine, will you be watching it?
Yes.
Has he invited you round to his?
We're going round to the same person's house.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And so, you obviously, have you seen this first episode? Are you excited about the first one? What can we expect?
It's great. All the ones I've seen 4 now. I think,
have,
and
yeah.
they're looking
they're really different, aren't they?
Very
that's
different.
Great.
Yeah. I think that's one of the great selling points of the show is that every week it's a different world and a different set of characters, and that the first one's quite a romp, isn't it? Quite funny, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it's a really great start to the series.
Got some quite gruesome bits in it, mate.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's quite a lot of gruesome throughout Doctor since it came back with Eccleston and with you did as well. It is quite scary at times as well. You know, sometimes really like...
Psychologically frightening as well.
It's traumatised. You know, and sometimes it's quite touching as well. I still remember crying when Billy left to go and become a prostitute.
Yeah.
You know, I was... saddened. I mean, that's the fate that awaits you, Catherine, as well, you know.
Mine is much worse than that.
You know what he does? He grooms young girls. There's a theme running in this series. And so, you know, do you get the scripts advanced? Do you get involved? Do both of you get involved in the whole writing of it? Because one thing that's so good in it is it's so well written. You know, it's smart TV.
Well, yeah, and that's
why you don't need to get involved.
Because you just Russell T Davies just does it. You know, and the other writers that he employed, he's all over it, and it's just he's sort of the best television writer there is. So you don't really want to mess with that.
No, and it was one of my favourite times of all of the 8 months. Actually, was then every kind of 4 weeks or something, a new script would arrive in the train. So exciting.
Yeah.
And do you ever argue over lines? Because you know these big TV shows, and everyone says they get on really well, and you always wonder, do they get on really well? And secretly, David goes away and go, yeah, the new girl's got a little bit too much of DT time. Catherine goes, I need a little bit more DT time. You know, he's losing his way.
CT time.
Yeah, exactly. Forget about DT time. It's CT time. You know, how does it work then? Is it kind of a line divvied up fairly, or do you go and count them, David? I've got him out here. He doesn't know what to say.
I don't feel threatened.
And he also doesn't feel the need to answer that question.
No, I don't.
David, I didn't say the word threatened. Did anyone here say threatened?
I think there was an implied threat.
No, I would never imply anything. I did not imply the word that you're threatened by Catherine.
No, I probably get slightly less of the quick one-lines this year because if you've got Catherine Tate in the show, you're going to give her some, aren't you?
Don't say that. They'll hate me.
No,
You've taken the lines away from the Doctor.
That's
so they'd be on those forums right now.
It's one of the different things about this year that the Doctor and Donna's relationship is a bit more
sexy.
Well, they're equals in a way that it was a bit more parent-teacher with Martha and with Rose, whereas Donna does't take
parent-teacher. What kind of teacher are you talking about?
The ones that aren't allowed on the website, that's for sure.
I'll hand over their email addresses. Right, we'll come back with Catherine Tate and David Tennant after this on the Stereophonics on Virgin Radio, 8:09. So to answer that question, I think that was a yes from David, wasn't it? He's peed up about the line.
No.
He's laughing, but now he's going to go, will you knock it on the head with that? That'll be in the papers tomorrow.
As soon as that microphone's off, I'm going to have a stiff word with you.
Funny lines. Special guest this morning, David Tennant and Catherine Tate.
Hello.
He's got a catchphrase, you need one as well. I like that, I like your one, that's quite good. So listen, Catherine, you know, obviously you're sort of a comedian performing in your own right. How did you come to get involved originally in Doctor Who? Did they call you up and say you up for sort of doing a guest part?
Yeah, Russell rang and said, would you like to be in the Christmas episode of not this year, last year. And I just said yes. I didn't know anything about it.
So you didn't have to audition or anything like that?
I didn't.
That's brilliant.
It was brilliant. I couldn't believe it. And I didn't. At the time, I didn't.
That must have been quite nerve-wracking because I guess if you're doing, you know, which is, you know, what you're used to doing, sort of comedy characters and comedy performance, you know your way around with that. This was kind of a big leap, I guess, in a way.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I know people probably my profile got very, you know, but I know I came to the public's attention doing my show, but I'd been doing lots of stuff before. You know what I mean? I wasn't.
Three separate appearances on the bill, Christian. 3.
You know, so you're not talking to a novice.
Catherine, I'm firing my researcher. No one told me about the 3 appearances on the bill.
3 separate characters.
You know,
let's just strike that
and
question,
each one was
Catherine.
very defined and separate.
I hope Jonathan didn't bring this up yesterday.
Separate.
Now I know why you're worried about how yesterday went.
There was a London's Burning. No one's seeming to mention either.
What?
There
you
was theatre there.
What? Wait a minute. Were you in Grangehill as well?
I wasn't in Grangehill.
Oh,
no.
what a shame.
But
did you do a casualty?
I can't remember, and I've got a feeling probably not.
I
don't think I was.
What was the first acting role you ever got? You must be to remember your first.
Yes, it was. Okay. Well, it was a theatre job. That was a theatre job.
So straight on stage?
Straight on stage.
What was it with you? Milky Bar Kid, or what were you?
My first professional job was an episode of Dramarama. Remember Dramarama?
I do, yes, as a kid, yeah.
ITV, a different story every week, yeah. The Secret of Croft Moor. It was about
how old were you?
It was just before I went to drama school. I was 16.
Crikey.
Yeah.
So you were quite a sort of drama brat.
Do you know, my mum and dad sort of tried to persuade me not to become an actor for years, and eventually about 16...
What did they have in mind for you?
Well, just something where you might be able to feed yourself from moment to moment, you know. Just...
Yeah, but now, talk to you, you're feeding yourself, you're stuffing yourself. Yeah.
It's an embarrassment of riches now, isn't it?
He's gorging himself. Look at him. I've never seen so much bling on a man. If you go on Google Earth,
that's my bling wall.
Right? If you go on Google Earth, you can see David seriously like the Great Wall of China.